it's Kate here, and today's practice is going to be a 13-minute class, a mobility session that will target not just the whole spine but also into the neck and the shoulders, really opening up the space in the front of the body as well as the back, targeting our breath and helping to release any excess tension in the body. You're going to need a yoga strap for this practice today. If you haven't got a yoga strap, you could use a rolled towel. That would work just as well, as long as it was long enough. And you could use a couple of blocks as well, and this is optional if you have a lot of neck pain and wrist pain. This is great just to put your hands on when you're kneeling or in a sort of downward dog position. So a couple of books would also work well for that too. So grab those items and your yoga mat, and I will see you very soon. Okay everyone, let's get started. Just bringing your feet about just over hip width apart, just a little bend in the knees, and you're going to roll the shoulders round. So creating really big circles here. So just let the lower part of your arms just relax, so there's no holding patterns in or stiffness created in that sort of whole lower forearm area. So just let the lower part of the arm be really relaxed and get right into the shoulders. So almost like you were squeezing up to the ears and then drawing round. As you do that, just breathe. So taking nice long inhales. Maybe a couple of exhales through the mouth. Do that again. And exhale. And then release. Just sort of notice what that feels like. And then you're going to lift up your shoulders to your ears. Big, big, big squeeze. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, just let it drop down. Completely let it go. Inhale, reach up to the ears. And then drop down. Quite often this is an area that can get super tight in the traps. So we're going to really squeeze up. You might even feel quite a bit of tension there already. And then exhale. Okay, and then just sort of shake out a little bit. Shake out the legs, give yourself a little sway and a jig around. Good. And then take your feet a little bit wider and begin to sort of rotate. You're lifting one foot off the floor and the other, and just allow a little swing here, just a little momentum on that swing. And again, this is, keeping the lower or the arms really relaxed. Let yourself move with a bit of freedom, allowing the heels to move up. And as I'm doing this movement, I might even just rotate through my skull as well. So just sort of moving the whole of the spinal column. If you find that's making you feel dizzy, then bring your head to the front. That's absolutely okay to do that. And just allow a little bit of free movement. You could go a little bit more, and you can sort of let the hands tap on the back or on the hip behind you. So you're really letting go there. And then coming back to center, really slowing it down. Ooh, and just notice what you feel there. Maybe there's a bit of shift in energy and also a sort of sense of release here too. Okay, bring the feet in a little bit closer, and now we're going to massage the feet. So you're going to bring one heel up, then the other, and really press down through the feet. Bring right up onto the toes. Notice your breathing here. What is it doing? Are you holding your breath, or are you kind of gripping through the hands? Just kind of let it all relax. That's it. Good. Okay, coming back to center. Give your toes a wiggle. Give them a wiggle. That's it. And then we're going to do a little bit of piano playing with the toes. So bring them down. And I don't know if you can see, but can you sort of like move your toes? Sort of like toe, middle toe, right to the ends, the baby toe, and then back again. I know it's a really strange movement to perform, but it really gets the toes and the feet moving. And this is a very important part. You might be thinking, well, why are we moving the toes? Why are we moving the feet? Because, you know, I have a lot of pain up here. But in fact, if we start from the foundations of the foot, this is where our muscles from our foot, you know, can get tight as well, and that can send the messages up through the whole kinetic chain of the body and create a sort of gripping feeling. Even when we are walking, sometimes we don't even realize how we are walking, and we can carry a lot of tension in the foot, which then vibrates up to the rest of the body as well, sending all that sort of tightness through the body. So getting to work all areas today. All right, and then just begin to walk it out, just lifting up one knee then the other, and then just take it out into a march, a wider march, and then create these little hip circles. So let's just mobilize through this area as well. If you wanted to, you could put your hands onto your hips, so a nice big circle. Maybe lifting up through the pelvic floor slightly, we'll go the opposite way. And getting into those deeper core muscles as we do this. And breathing as well. Are you breathing or are you holding your breath? Good. And then come back to center, shuffle your feet in about hip distance. And then we're going to take the hands over, cross them over, and then just lift them up over the head. Take an inhale, and as though you're opening up, releasing, exhale as you come down. Maybe the other arm to cross in front this time, lift up and over. So we'll do that a few times, just keep swapping around the arm in front, and really feel the sort of foundations of the foot, so you're pressing through the floor. Almost like you can just shed all that weight and tension off the body. That's it, just like pressing down and opening out. Here, let's do that a couple of times more. Opening the heart space here, really important to open up through the front as well as the back. And then release that down. Good. Interlace your fingers, pressing away and then drawing it towards you. Let me show you from the side so you get to see from this angle as well. So pushing away and then bring it back towards you. Press away. So rather than sort of arching through the whole of the back here, we're going to sort of just target the upper back, the upper thoracic part of your spine, so your sort of shoulder blade, rib cage. So take an inhale and hold it here and just create a little bit of space in between the shoulder blades. Send that breath into the back. Do that again, inhale. And then exhale, release it. Oh, that feels good. And then take your hands behind you. You guessed it, we're going to take the hands, interlace them behind you. Just roll the shoulders back. Now, rather than pushing your chest forward and coming into this big back bend, what I want you to do is to imagine you're pulling your hands apart and you're just lifting your chest a little bit. The lower back stays out of it a tiny bit there. And you're just opening out through the front, lift the chest a tiny bit and the chin just a little bit. And imagine that you're trying to pull your hands apart. So you've still got your palms are open here. Take a deep, deep breath. Exhale. Keep pulling. And then last inhale. As you exhale, you're going to quickly release and bring your hands to the front. Woo! And then gently, gently roll the shoulders. Good. Take your legs a bit wider. So we're going to move a little bit more. So now we're going to roll the shoulders and move the legs, bending into one leg then the other. And now we're going to take the arms up and over That's it. Just create some little circles. Good. And just breathing through that. So these aren't really complex shapes, movement patterns, but they are so effective at just opening up the body, getting the breath to move into spaces where it hasn't been before or not been to for a long time. So really focus the breath here, and then just take your arm up, keep the legs where they are, and then just gently bend the knees and just create this gentle side bend. And then just see if you can breathe into the rib cage. You could also grab the wrist and just do a gentle pull over. And really focus the breath to move into the sides. And then release, come back to center, float the arms down. Notice before you move how that compares to the other side as we now go into my left, probably your right side. So we're going to take that up and over. Just take it up and over. See if you can also relax the shoulder. We have this tendency to scrunch everything up, but just see if you can bring a bit of space here. You could also take your hand and place it onto your rib cage so that you can feel the breath moving into this area. Nice deep breath. Take another inhale. Really focus your energy around this area. Good, and then release it down. Good. Shake out the hands. Really shake them out. Shuffle the feet in. Now take your hands and interlace them. And you're going to create this little, what I call okey cokey. And this is great for wrists. And then can you do it the opposite way? Which is actually a bit mind-blowing. To try and do that the other way. We are so used to, we have, creatures of habit doing things repeatedly on one side, and then as soon as we change, we get a little bit confused. But this is going to open up new neural pathways, so it's going to get the brain working with the body, and it's good to change things around a little bit. Okay, now we're just going to shake out the hands again and shake out the whole body. Just shake it out, shake it out. Shake it out, give it a good shake. And now you're just going to jump, well not jump, bang your heels on the floor and see if you can create a vibration up through the body. So I'm going to show you from the side. I know it looks ridiculous and you probably feel like a complete loony doing it, but see if you can just sort of bang your heels down and just create that kind of like shaking out through the body. How often do we do this? A couple of inhales and audible exhales. Great stuff. Okay, what we're going to do is just move down onto the mat, and we're just going to do a couple of things on the floor before we finish. So take your feet a little bit wide and hip width apart, and we're just going to go into a forward fold. So take a breath in and then exhale, fold down, send the hip creases back, bring your hands to the floor. If your hands don't reach the floor, that's okay. Just bring in a couple of those blocks or books, whatever you've got, and just lift yourself up here. Or you could bring your hands to your shins. And then from there, just roll the shoulders back. Really plug the shoulders back. Keep a length in the spine and just draw the navel up slightly. We don't have to forcefully pull the tummy in here, but you just want to add just a slight bit of engagement there. Pelvic floor as well. So just a gentle sweep in and up. Big breath in. As you exhale, just slide down. And then you're going to walk the feet back and just come into a simple downward facing dog. But we're going to just pedal it out here. So just Move the hips a little bit. Maybe move the hands, pad them out. You could bring your hands up onto blocks here, which is very spacious for the shoulders as well. And just sort of move your head around. We're not staying here long, we're just moving with the dog. We're not holding any static poses here today. And then we're going to come down onto our knees. Release the feet. And with your hands, maybe just even slightly in front if there's any pressure in the wrists or the shoulders, or just bring them in line, wrists, elbows and shoulders in line here. Rolling the shoulders back. So now you're going to create this movement which can feel very strange with the back and the shoulders. So keeping the rest of the body still, you're going to bend the elbows a little bit and create this sort of rolling effect with the shoulders. Oh my goodness. We might feel crunchiness, tightness, and that's all very normal of our everyday habits and patterns of moving and sitting and driving and texting can all create these layers of tension. And then let's let's move the shoulders individually. Try moving them individually. So if I just to show you from the front, it would look like this. There you go. That threw me a little bit, just looking at myself, front view, trying to do this. You could move them the opposite way. Again, something haven't thought about doing, and creating those new pathways of doing something different. Okay, just back off here. Give your hands a shake out. Deep breath in. And we are just going to move a little bit through the rib cage. So we could create these little circles. So you're moving around. Let me show you from the side again. So you're moving around. And maybe just let the head go slightly. And then you could move the opposite way. You guessed it. Let's switch it up a little bit. This doesn't feel natural to go this way, but have a go. Okay, and then sit the shoulders back and down. Just take a moment there just to feel and tune into your body, just to see what it feels like. Allow the breath to flood down right the way down to as far as the pelvis and the lower back. And then we'll just do one more little exercise here. So grab your strap. If you wanted to sit up on a block, I'm going to do that and just find some space in my spine. You could sit like this, or you could have crossed legs. Find something comfortable. You could do kneeling. That's absolutely fine to kneel as well. And take your strap. And this is going to create some mobility, a little bit of strength and stretch. So we're going to take the strap so it's sort of looped just underneath the thumb there, like so. And you want it sort of about shoulder width apart, maybe even slightly wider. So if you wanted to have a little bit more give, then widen your strap. So I'm going to show you the movement first. So relax your spine, inhale, and then exhale. And then you're going to take the strap, keep a little bit of tension here, and you're going to breathe in as you lift the strap up. To begin with, see if you can do this without lifting the ribs up too much or lifting the shoulders up to the ears. So you want to keep the shoulders down and then bring it back down again. So quite a simple movement, but really effective. At the same time, add a bit more resistance. So almost like you're pressing the strap or your hands into the strap. So breathing in And feel the sort of opening up, possibly, of the shoulders, the front and the back. You'll probably feel this in the arms if you're not used to doing it. So take an inhale and then come down on an exhale. Good. Take an inhale as you lift. And then an exhale. Let's do that one more time. Take an inhale as you lift. And then an exhale. Good. And then just pause for a moment for a couple of breaths. And we're going to switch it up. So you're going to take an inhale to start. And then exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. So you could breathe out through the mouth here or through the nose. Inhale. Add that tension. Exhale. Now as you do that exhale, see if you can work a little bit into those deep pelvic floor muscles. So you can feel a little bit of engagement through the torso. Let's do one more. Take a breath in at the bottom and then exhale. Just a hug and lift of the pelvic floor and then just a lift up and a squeeze. And then bring it down. Good. Okay, so just pause. We have got another combination which is a little bit different, so you might want to watch here. Don't worry about the breathing for a second. You're going to take your arms up and then you're going to sort of hold on to the straps and then lower down a little bit behind the head without coming down too far and making the head tip forward. So you're just coming down enough to feel a little bit into the shoulder blades, lifting up and then bringing it down. That's it. Now we're going to take a breath in. Exhale. It's almost like you were doing a little pull down in the gym and moving down. You can also adjust the strap, so you could make it even more slack to, make it a little bit more spacious, so it's not, especially if it's gripping on top of the neck. So you can inhale. I'm just going to switch my arms around. Exhale. So give yourself a bit of space, but you're targeting the upper back muscles here. And this is going to help bring a bit of strength, a long bit in the way. Okay. So by doing that, you are going to strengthen and build some awareness into the upper back. And then lower down. You might feel it a little bit on top of the shoulders here, especially if you are really tight in this area. But see if you can notice or bring some awareness to around about the sort of shoulder blade area and those muscles there to really squeeze upon and to focus on. We'll do one more. So inhale and a big squeeze down. Good. Inhale, lift. And then exhale, bring it down. Ooh. And pause for a moment. Even maybe closing your eyes just to notice your whole body. And then we're just going to roll the shoulders super slow here. Gently, gently, not how we did it at the start. So just a very gentle mobilization. And then we're just going to bring the hands forward and open out. And we do that a few times. And now we're going to bring in the spine. So if I was to show you from the side, this is what it would look like. So you're taking yourself forward and I'm incorporating a little bit of mobility through the spine and through the upper the neck muscles here into the whole of the back. But don't force it. Keep really fluid and gentle. Be guided by your breath here. And open. We'll just do, let's do 3 more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Take your hands on to your thighs. I'm going to move to the front again. You can stay where you are. And from there, we're just going to do a couple of neck stretches and mobility here. So just drop the chin to the chest gently. Take a breath in. And then roll to your chin to the side, or roll your head to the side. So you are just creating this little movement from side to side, and do this really super slowly. Be guided by your own body and how it feels. Because when you slow things down, this is where we begin to notice those little areas that can feel a little bit sensitive, a bit tight. So it's just not all about stretching, because just stretching and stretching and stretching can actually create more instability in the body. Yes, it's great to stretch, but just to keep doing it and doing it, it's like overstretching a rubber band. After a while, it becomes slack, a bit floppy and useless. So we need to have a little bit of tension, but a nice fine balance here. So just mobilizing and just doing this really gentle, sort of dynamic, very subtle neck mobilization and stretching. And then what we'll do, we'll hold it on to one side and just relax your body, relax, melt your shoulders, and just stay here, just gently, just drawing the chin down any amount, just very subtly. Focus your breath on the neck area, the part you're stretching down into the trapezius muscle. You could also, with the other hand, just encourage a gentle rub, nothing too intense, just gently, gently telling your muscles it's okay. You can relax. And then just draw your chin down. Lots of little clicks and crunches. Going to the other side, just pause here. Breathing. See if you can relax the face as well. And you could take your other hand and just really gently, and you could take your opposite hand over to that neck area. Could even come into the traps themselves. A gentle massage, or just keep it without any movement with the hand. And then very slowly we're going to bring ourselves back to center. Lift the head up super slow. Taking the breath out. Just sort of move your head right to left, left to right. Open the shoulders. Take an inhale. Just bring your hands up. Big stretch up. And then exhale. And there you go. Hopefully that's going to relieve any tightness in those upper back area to shoulders. Let me know what you think. See if it helps. I hope it does. Have a great day. Speak to you soon.